What teams do we think are better than we thought earlier in the season? That was a sentence by me. We did teams we were worried about. Now we're doing teams that we think are actually kind of good. Before we get going into a big shout out to Prize Picks, of course, sponsor of today's video. And don't forget to subscribe to the Windup over on YouTube. You guys have been hitting the sub button like crazy on our way to 25,000 subscribers. We do appreciate you. And if you listen to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, drop us a rating, drop us a review, download, and subscribe. James, let's get a little positive here for a second. What's a team that we see is performing well that we actually believe in?
You want to start with your Pirates?
Yeah, of course, I'd love to start with my Pirates. I should put my Pirates hat on for this one. Pirates just look like a pretty good baseball team. They're still playing awful defense, and I think that's not going to change anytime soon. But they're hitting, they're pitching, the bullpen looks great. These are all promising signs for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
It is one of those things where you kind of saw the signs of this last season where once they actually brought Don Kelly on to be the manager mid-season as the interim, you could be like, oh, I feel like this team's got a little more spunk, a little more grit, some old school baseball terms. They're just playing better fundamental ball. Old school baseball guy Don Kelly. And the Pirates just seem like they have a better awareness of how to win baseball games right now.
Yes.
They're doing like sometimes they don't do good things late in games to help them win. Like that series against the Rays over the weekend, that was a chaos series. But you could just kind of feel when you watch a Pirates game that there's like an inner belief in themselves. And on top of that, more important than that, this rotation right now is balling. And when you have a rotation that's balling and you have a lineup where Oneil Cruz looks like an MVP candidate, I don't know if that's going to hold, but right now he looks like that. It's easy to win, and Brandon Lowe too. It's easy to win games. You have all that going for you.
Yeah, it's crazy what happens when you put competent Major League Baseball players into a lineup every single day, how your team will just play better. Like, the pitching, we kind of knew was going to be good coming into the year. That's one of the reasons why we believed in this team, and that if they had any sort of offensive prowess, they could win baseball games, and they're showing that. Brandon Lowe's been phenomenal. And to be fair, Brandon Lowe's always been a great hitter. The issue for him has been staying on the field, being healthy. Right now he's healthy. He's playing really good ball. 7 home runs, 18 RBIs at the time of recording. Oneil Cruz, you mentioned, playing MVP-level baseball. Not just getting on base at a high level, but also getting a bunch of hits, stealing bases when he gets on base, being acceptable in center field, which is huge for Oneil Cruz. After the first week, Ryan O'Hearn is mashing. Brian Reynolds is hitting really well. Your boy Spencer Horwitz, after about 20 games of being terrible, has been awesome for the Pirates down the stretch here. This team on the offensive side is kind of doing the things that we'd hope for, and that's with Connor Griffin not even hitting yet.
No, not hitting yet whatsoever. And again, just talk about that rotation again. 2.81 so far ERA by their rotation on the season, second best in baseball. And that's with a lot of underlying stats to support the fact that they can be better. And with Paul Skeens still looking like he is a below the stat line because of opening day against the Mets.
Paul Skeens has the worst ERA in this rotation right now, which is kind of hilarious to say. He has a 3.27. Almost everybody else is below 3. And then my boy Carmen Mlodzinski, I told you guys to be hip to him, under 2 ERA to start the year.
Mlodzinski's spotting everything right now. They're using an opener in front of him still, so I don't even think he actually gets included in the starting pitcher stats we're saying. But I watched them on a Friday, that game against the Rays on Apple TV, and he was just dotting splitters left and right. And my guy Braxton Ashcraft coming into his own, late bloomer, got sucked up by all the nonsense that happened in 2020 with the minor league system. Elite athlete, 26 years old, good command, good velocity, elite slider, bringing the curveball on in a huge way this year. Right now, if you look at Braxton Ashcraft, when he faces a right-handed batter, it's basically 1 out of 4 chance you get each of his pitches.
That's crazy. That's so hard to face.
So it's very hard when he's ahead in the count. He likes to mix the 2 breaking balls. And early in the count, he likes to mix 2 fastballs. Hard to kind of pick each of those up. It's a marvel to watch what he's doing right now, especially with great command. It's an exciting team, and if I was a Pirates fan, I mean, they can feel it. You watch Pirates games, to party out there with the traffic cones, like that team is ready to rip.
Talk about elite vibes. Like, me and you root for a team that has no vibes right now, negative vibes. The Pirates couldn't be more opposite, where they're playing good baseball, pitching well, hitting well, and everybody's having fun. It's a fun team to watch, and I will say this, the Pirates look like a team that is going to be competing for a playoff spot this entire year.
Or a division championship, I'll say that.
Wow, even going further, James. All right, I like it.
Good.
This team is good.
They're legit good.
But first, I want to give a quick shout to today's video sponsor, Prize Picks, America's #1 sports picks app. Use our code HMA to get $50 instantly as soon as you play your first $5 lineup. Click the link in the description, download the Prize Picks app, and use our code HMA to get in on this offer. Not to mention, Prize Picks is so easy to use. Simply pick more or less on a few different players, lock them into your lineup, and see how they do. For my picks today, I'm feeling home run happy, so I've got Juan Soto for more than half a home run. He's do. And then we've got two of the hottest hitters in all of baseball, Munetaka Murakami, more than half a home run, and same thing with Yordan Alvarez, more than half a home run. What's also great is that PrizePicks is available in most states, including Florida, California, Texas, even New York. So make sure you click the link in the description right now to download PrizePicks if you have not yet done so, and remember to use our code HMA to get $50 instantly as soon as you play your first $5 lineup. Remember, only play if you can play responsibly and have the means to do so. Big thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it.
Another one who I think is legit good, something that I'm eating a little crow on right now, but I still think they're going to have a cold spell at some point because I don't know how it's going to sustain, San Diego Padres.
Yes.
And the big thing is that lineup is downright mashing. Ramon Laureano is kind of been the straw that stirs the drink together right now. And I'm incredibly impressed by what I've seen specifically from him this year, driving that team forward from the leadoff spot.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. He's hitting for power. He's getting on base, and he still plays a good outfield, which is huge for them. They've gotten almost no production out of Fernando Tatis Jr., Jackson Merrill, and Manny Machado, which were the three guys that you probably would have leaned on, and yet this team is still finding to win games, and it's because Miguel Andujar, Ramon Laureano, all the ancillary characters, Gavin Sheets, those guys are all hitting well. Even Luis Campusano finally swinging the bat well for the first time in his entire life at the major league level.
He told us why.
What did he say? I missed this.
You see it? He gave an interview. They're like, Luis, what do you give your credit for this season? He's like, honestly, I just don't give a fuck anymore.
Wow. Okay. Good
He said
answer.
that openly to the media. It was like, all right, cool,
like
dude.
that.
Hell yeah. I think in the past he's exhibited that kind of attitude off the field, but now he's taking it on the field.
Yeah, there's going to be some ups and downs with probably Laureano Andujar's numbers, but also Tatis, Merrill, and Machado are going to hit at some point, which makes this offense very dangerous. If anybody else can contribute with them, Nick Castellanos cannot, though. He's done. They got to cut weight with him, get rid of him. The pitching, though, is the thing that's been surprising where, I guess Randy Vasquez now, you've been talking about him a little bit. He looks like a legitimately solid pitcher at the absolute worst. Michael King's really good as long as he stays healthy.
Yeah.
The back end of this rotation's scary, and that's what's going to bring them down to earth. But again, when you have Mason Miller, you have Bradley Rodriguez, who's also been disgusting quietly because everyone's focused on Mason Miller.
Marahone.
Yeah, Morahone looks great. They're getting good production out of everyone. David Morgan's also really good out of the pen for them.
Morgan's nasty.
Yeah,
Jason
really,
Adams
really
is still
good.
nasty.
The Padres do exactly what their identity is, and you have to give them credit for that, which is score enough runs to get to the bullpen so that the bullpen can hold that lead. And the bullpen does. There's not a better bullpen in baseball. We talked about it. If they get a lead to that bullpen, they're winning the baseball game.
No, the fear right now is that you have what looks like a pretty serious injury on Nick Pivetta that we haven't heard the most things about so far. It was an elbow strain or a sore elbow. Now it's a flexor tendon, which could be a month, could be 6 weeks, could be 3 months. We don't really know, but we just have to see about Musgrove coming back and how he can possibly stabilize. If they can get him back relatively soon, we're not getting a ton of news on him at the moment. I think we actually got an update. The Twitter search function is completely broken. Trying to find anything about Joe Musgrove right now. I don't want to load up Roto World because I think that's going to hurt the video quality here when we get on here. But that's kind of going to be the key. Can you get these guys healthy enough for the playoffs? You probably gave yourself enough cushion where you think you got let's see what Fangraphs has. I'm gonna piss Pirates fans off right now. I want to see their actual playoff odds at the moment. Padres.
I think they have. Padres. I think are one of the higher ones right now.
Padres right now, full just National League playoff odds. Make playoffs. Only 46% still. That's
similar to the Mets.
That's similar to the Mets, similar to the Diamondbacks, similar to the Brewers, and way, way higher than the Reds. So I think we'll talk about it in a second.
Why are the Brewers that low? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Projections don't really love the Brewers right now because when you don't have Yelich or Churio still for his kind of serious amount of time, and you're just we love Mizorowski, but a projection system will find questions about him because he's such a young starting pitcher.
So maybe that's just what it is.
And their entire division is balling right now.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know how
they
it
are
is,
as well, but yeah.
Yeah. No, that is a tougher division. How about, should we talk about your Cleveland Guardians, James?
We can, but there's nothing to say besides Devil Magic and Parker Messick, right?
And Chase DeLauder.
Chase DeLauder's come down to earth a little bit after that first good stretch. He still has good underlying stats, but he's getting burned by pitches over 95 and 97 miles per hour. So that's going to be something interesting. I'm kind of debating right now. I'm prepping a buy or sell breakout video for my channel. Do people still consider him someone who's broken out this year?
Well, he's a rookie, so he technically...
No, you don't usually allow rookies on those videos.
Yeah, you can't call a rookie a breakout because that's all you've ever seen of them. That's just what they are to you at that point.
I called Messick a breakout on that video for the pitcher side.
He's a breakout because he pitched last year.
But he's a rookie.
He's still rookie eligible, Parker Messick?
He's technically he did the McLean last year. He came up late August. He's technically a rookie still.
I thought he threw more innings than that.
No, he's eligible for rookie of the year, but I'm still considering him a breakout.
I'll give you him because he's made a debut already. I think if you don't make
DeLauder
in the playoffs for 2 games, right? They got knocked out.
He got like one hit, he dropped a fly ball. I don't think people were as high on him as they are right now. But he might get cut from that video because that hitter stats a little
fair. I won't get on you for either of those, but yeah, the Guardians, I think, doing their devil magic thing. I mean, the Yankees are really good.
I don't know, the Yankees are phenomenal. I was hoping we were going to bring up the Yankees. I think the biggest thing to bring up with the Yankees is a guy that's always chastised the Yankees for not having enough homegrown talent. Right now, Cam Schlittler looks like one of the 20 best pitchers in baseball on a bad day, and Ben Rice looks like one of the 20 best hitters in baseball. And he could become 10 if Aaron Boone decides to play him against left-handed pitchers.
Those 2 guys have been massive, massive wins for the Yankees player development, something that they haven't been able to do too often outside of Aaron Judge. Cam Schlittler looks awesome. I cannot wait to see his start against the Red Sox in Fenway. That's appointment television right there. Although it is competing with also watching the Mets and the Knicks on Thursday night, which is going to be a little bit difficult for us.
I mean, I don't know. That's the kind of night why you have multiple televisions or you go to a bar.
Yes, which we might be at a bar for that one. But the Yankees they're really good. I'm not going to talk about down the stretch in the playoffs because I want to see what happens when the lights do turn on for this team. Typically get a little bit too bright for them and tend to fall away. But Cody Bellinger's looking phenomenal. Ben Rice looks phenomenal. Aaron Judge is unbelievable. This is a really, really good team, and they still have some major holes being shortstop and third base, and it doesn't really matter.
True, but I do wonder what it looks like for Anthony Volpe now possibly coming back middle of the season, going through the rehab assignment right now, way less pressure on. Just nestle yourself into the 8 or 9 spot in this lineup. No one's looking at you, kind of hopefully, but see if there's any kind of step taken there. And I wonder if George Lombard actually gets a shot in AAA soon. He's having the best success of his minor league career right now in AA while he's significantly younger in the level. Looks like something may be leveled out with that swing. Looks like the young man put some weight on. He's crushing the baseball.
Strong.
He could be a third. I mean, again, I don't know. This is not the Yankee way, but if there's an emergency and he needs to come up and be a shortstop or a third baseman down the stretch, I don't think it's completely out of bounds. And they're going to get Cole and Rodon back soon, and you're going to have a 4 in your rotation of Garrett Cole, Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, this version of Cam Schlittler, and then possibly this version of Ryan Weathers as your 5. That's
or
obscene.
Will Warren, who's been phenomenal too.
Also looks like this Yankee team right now is, I think, absolutely by far in all of baseball, the number 1 threat to the Dodgers. I don't even think it's close.
No, I'm with you on that. I think just top to bottom, looking at this roster, there's not really many problems. Again, besides shortstop and third base, but Volpe doesn't need to be a superstar in this lineup. They do probably need to find some more production out of third base at some point, though. Ryan McMahon has been shockingly bad. I don't think he has he has 1 extra base hit, I think, on the year in 20 games. That's bad.
Just the game-winning home run on Sunday.
Yeah, and I think that was his only extra base hit of the season. So it's it's been really, really tough for Ryan McMahon. But in this lineup, you can hide guys if they play good defense.
And Jazz hasn't even hit yet. This Yankee team, I don't think the Yankees are due for insane positive regression from their lineup because the Yankees fans right now are like, oh, this lineup can't hit besides Judge and Rice. The Yankees as a team right now, actually, they have a 218 batting average and a 323 on base. That's deplorable. The Yankees have the 3rd lowest batting average in baseball. It's lower than the Mets right now.
Whoa.
And their on base percentage is it's a little bit better. It's more middle of the pack, but the Yankees as a team have the best hard hit rate in baseball. The Yankees have the highest barrel rate in baseball. This will turn for the Yankees lineup very soon, and they're going to be. The Yankees have a chance by the end of this regular season to have statistically the best offense and the best pitching in the entire league.
Yeah, hate to glaze the Yankees any chance I get. I absolutely hate their guts, but this is a good baseball team. We talked about it too. We both put them at number 2, I think, going into the season, right?
I think so at number 2. I think I might have tongue in cheek put the Mets at number 2, which that was wrong.
Ooh, yikes! And I get called biased. No, that's fair.
Have some fun with it.
Who do we want to talk about next?
This is one I think we have to talk about them. It's just I guess it's the hate section of the video, but I don't think I'm going to glaze them as much as I'm glazing the Yankees. But the Atlanta Braves have shown that they put whatever happened last year behind them. They're still a very good baseball team, but I'm not considering them at all right now in the tier with the Yankees and the Dodgers because still, as we speak, on the Braves right now, it's 16-7. They're going to clinch the National League East by August 1st. If something happens to Chris Sale, this team still has no chance.
Yeah, I mean, the Braves offense, I definitely was a little bit more down on than most people.
That was bullshit.
Yeah, but also, like, I didn't expect Drake Baldwin to just be, like, one of the, 20 best hitters right now in Major League Baseball, and that's even with him getting a little bit cold over, like, the last week at times.
Yeah, baby, you're done.
Yeah, but he's just, Drake Baldwin's such a good ball player. Matt Olson's absolutely going crazy. Let's say this, though, like, Mauricio Dubon and Ozzy Albies are not going to keep this up. That's going to cool off, too, at some point, but Ronald Acuna
I think Albies
Jr.
might keep it up, but Dubon won't, Dominic Smith won't.
Yeah, Dominic Smith won't, but also Acuna will get hot, and Mike Yastrzemski will probably get back to league average. It's a better lineup than I gave it credit for. I was very much hoping that I could just hate my way to the Braves struggling again this year, but they're in it. They're going to be a playoff contending team. They're probably going to make the playoffs. It would be shocking if they don't at this point. But, like you said, I'm still not buying this pitching. I will not buy this pitching.
No, I will say, though, you're going to get Strider back soon. He's not. I don't think he's going to ever be the old Strider, but I think he'll be a fine pitcher.
Middle
and J.R.
rotation
Ritchie,
guy.
yeah, J.R. Ritchie and Didier Fuentes right now in AAA both look completely nasty. Those are guys that are easily going to be plug-and-play pitchers for them. Bryce Elder is going to fall apart. Reynaldo Lopez will not keep this up. Martin Perez is pitching every fifth day. Again, that will continue. And this Raisel Iglesias thing should be really scaring Braves fans because if you take him out of this bullpen, it looks a lot different very quickly. So, again, maybe by the end of the season, Fuentes is maybe in a relief role if you'll need him in the rotation. Right, Lopez goes back to a bullpen role. There's ways for this team to mitigate some of these concerns, but they're still not even close to a tier 1 team in the league right now for me.
Now, do me the solid here and help me understand. Are they doing anything different, these pitchers? Because Jeremy Hefner's there, and Jeremy Hefner, we know from with the Mets, one of the best pitching coaches in baseball. Like, he's phenomenal. Are they doing anything different that's causing them to pitch better? Because their bullpen's given up, like, 3 runs this year, and their starters have been unbelievable.
I mean, a few guys I'm keyed in on here doing things different. Elder has changed a lot of his approach. Last year, he was very, very predictable in that it was all sinkers and sliders to the righties, as we've known watching for a long time. It was sinkers early, sliders late. Like, here's the sinker early in the count, then hopefully I get ahead. The sliders come late in the count. This year, he's throwing those pitches the same amount, but he's varied their usage better, which is interesting. But I think that kind of runs out. And then the thing with Elder is that you're eventually going to stack lefties in the lineup against him. The teams are doing that anyway. And the big thing he's done this year is he's faded his sinker usage against them because we hate opposite-handed sinkers. He's brought up more fastball usage, and he's introduced a new cutter. So those are mixing with his slider. That's giving new wrinkles that the lefties are seeing. But I think, especially with that cutter being a new pitch, once we get a little more knowledge on that pitch, a little more video preparation with that pitch, I think lefties will start to crush him. I also like they just kind of got bullied by Greg Maddux kind of into being better, which is fun. And Robert Suarez picked up a new cutter. That pitch looks like it's totally changed his repertoire. He's striking everybody out right now. He could be a top-tier closer without Iglesias, but then just you have to move everybody else up a rung without those two guys at the top together. So who knows if that continues, but I mean, they got a great pitching coach there in Jeremy Hefner. That's our boy.
Yeah, that is our guy. Got to be unbiased there and say Jeremy Hefner is a dog.
Animal. And again, it seems like it's a thing where you get a new guy in like that who is probably more advanced than what they had in the past. You're like, wow, we could fix a lot of things quickly.
The Cubs I feel like are pretty good, but we knew that, and I think they're playing good baseball again, even with the pitching injuries that they've had to deal with so far. Losing Cade Horton seems like they're going to be completely fine in that division. I think there's a lot more teams that I'm worried about than I'm optimistic about. Like, because even when we look at the AL West, the Mariners are going to be just fine. Like, they're 10-14. That's the best team in the division by far. I don't think it's particularly close. The Rangers look better than I expected. So the Angels.
Well, I think that's fair. I think now at this point, I want to talk about teams that at least feel better than we expected. I think the A's go into that group because they haven't even really hit yet, and they're actually playing 500 ball. So I think the pitching probably falls back down a little bit, especially the bullpen. Joe Coolnell can only throw 70% sinkers from the arm at his ear. Keep working, but that lineup will coalesce as they start to play more home games. They have a 6-game road trip this week again. Like, I can't believe how the schedule lined up to make them play all their home games when Sacramento's the hottest it can be. But whatever, neither here nor there. I'm impressed with the Angels. I think the Angels can hang near 500. I don't think there's a team that can compete for the playoffs. I think the same about the Cardinals right now. Those are two teams that are just simply better than I expected. They're playing better ball on a daily basis. The Angels with their pitching and the Cardinals with their lineup.
The only thing I'm concerned about with both of these teams is that, like the Cardinals lineup, we are getting like a God run right now from Jordan Walker and some of the guys in this lineup. Like, when there is going to be a moment where there are some struggles for these teams, both offensively or on the pitching side. I'm interested to see how they adjust, because right now it does feel like, especially on the Cardinal side, everything's going right for them at the plate.
The thing about the Cardinals that I think is going to keep them hanging around, I guess, more than we thought, is that the defense will always be good. J.J.
Yes.
Weatherholt's a stud at second. Mason Wood's a monster at short. If Victor Scott continues to start, he's a monster in center field. And this Cardinals bullpen, again, bad early season by especially like Matt Swanson, Ryan Stanek, guys that we expected. But Riley O'Brien's a top-tier closer.
He is.
And when you have a top-tier closer like that, like you're just going to shut people down. Riley O'Brien hasn't walked a batter yet, and he struck out over a third of the batters he's faced.
Wow, that's really good.
He's an animal. Like he's a shutdown, lockdown closer. And again, when you have defense, shutdown closer, decent middle relief, and the rotation's been acceptable. I'm sad about my boy Dick Fitz. He's out for the season.
Yeah,
Sucks.
I know that one sucked.
That one hurt. I was stashing him with so many fantasy teams with like an NA spot or minor league spot ready to get him going. But like Libertor's fine, McGreevy's fine, Leahy's fine. Like those are all a bunch of middle rotation guys. So it's just right now while Jordan Walker's on a god run, Burleson's still a very good bat. Ivan Herrera is going to get going. Like this is probably more of a level team than we thought. A team that could bottom out for like 60-something wins.
That's fair. I'll give them that for sure. And then I think the other team that I'm most surprised about right now has got to be the Diamondbacks. The fact that they're just...
But that's one I just don't believe, so I'm not going to heap praise at the moment.
Okay, that's fair. I'm surprised that, like, to some degree, they're pitching as well as they are. They're not pitching well, but that they're even pitching this well is kind of surprising to me.
It is. I mean, Eduardo Rodriguez come out of the season looking nice, carrying the World Baseball Classic momentum. My boy Ryan Nelson, he ruined all of his stats with that start on Sunday. That was destroyed me in fantasy
One
baseball.
out.
Yeah, but like it's been a lot of Ildearma Vargas.
Yeah, a lot of Ildemaro Vargas, a lot of him, a lot of Tim Tawa in the outfield. Although I saw Lourdes Gurriel is back from blowing out his ACL. That's insane how quick he came back.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't even notice that one.
I mean, that's fair. That's not a fantasy guy for you.
No. But like it's going to come back to earth a little bit. Also nice how Corbin Carroll's just come out of the gate just ripping hot.
So good.
Big deal for them. And again, like our whole thing with the Diamondbacks, like if you guys can hang on until midseason, you'll get the reinforcement. So
yes.
Seems like they're just playing with like a nice internal belief, which is something I wish our favorite team did.
Yeah, I wish.
And Soroka looks kind of nice.
Yeah, he did look pretty good. I wish the Mets had some internal belief. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much it. A kind of short one?
No, it's not.
You got somebody else?
No. Oh, yeah, I got somebody else. Are you joking? My Marlins are a 500 baseball team, and they're playing like it.
Whatever. That's exactly where everyone thought they were going to be this year.
Not everyone. Oh, you didn't think that.
I thought they were a, 76 win team, I said?
Otto Lopez is hooping.
Otto Lopez is hooping. I'll give you that. I don't know,
Otto Lopez, the gains of power across the board, the way he's still playing defense. Otto Lopez looks like he could like be a top 10 player more this year, and that was the whole Geraldo Perdomo nexus of that insane take.
If only we made that video. You called your shot to me personally early, saying that the next Geraldo Perdomo is Otto Lopez.
Thankfully, I said it on this channel. I said it on my channel. I think I even snuck a mention of that into Met stuff, but like that team is playing inspired baseball right now, and they're doing a thing that's a phenomenon that's coming across the league that someone from Sabre talked about. You know, Sarah's just tweeted about it, where a lot of teams in baseball right now are hitting much better at home than they are on the road, especially if you look at raw whiff rates by every single team, home versus road. It's crazy how much is happening. The Marlins right now are a 9-5 team at home and a 2-7 team on the road as we record this video.
I've also got something to tell you about the Marlins schedule too and the teams that they've been playing.
Oh, I know that. Don't try to bring me down.
No. I'm going to because they got to play the White Sox and the Rockies to start the season. Hey, everybody gets to play everybody. This is not backing up the favorite team that I root for, but since they haven't played the Rockies or the White Sox, who are two of the worst teams in baseball by roster and by every standpoint, they are 6-10, which is not a 500 team. And when you look at the teams that they've been getting their record against, they struggled against the Braves, they struggled against the Brewers, they got swept by the Tigers, they lost a series to the Yankees. They can't beat the good teams.
It's a lot of really good teams. So let's get some teams in the middle against the Marlins to see how they play. And
2-2 against the Reds.
That's exactly one. And they should have won one of those games against the Reds. They lost because of Augustin Ramirez behind the plate. They lost on Friday night also because of Augustin Ramirez behind the plate. He just didn't catch a ball at home on a forced play in extra innings. Xavier Edwards looked like he wanted to do horrible things to him when that happened. That was a long face, but
I think the Marlins can be a fun team for you to watch. I think they're exactly what everyone thought they were.
I think my Marlins are playing some inspired ball. And I'll even say this. I'll throw them a bone. I think right now the Chicago White Sox are better than anticipated. This, for the first time in years, doesn't look like one of the worst teams of all time.
Really? You feel that?
I kind of feel that because the nexus of that whole
stink.
take, I think they stink, but right now they got two guys who are doing something at the plate, and that's Munetaka Murakami and Colson Montgomery. Kyle Teal comes back soon. You might have three average Jason hitters in this lineup for the first time in a long time, and I'm a big fan of Noah Schultz's stuff and Grant Taylor in the pen. So
Now you like Noah Schultz again? You're back?
yeah, when he was walking 20% of hitters in minor leagues, I didn't like him. Then he stopped doing that. Now I like him.
We don't care about walks in the minor leagues.
I think when it's that high, you have to care about them. But right now, if you're a White Sox fan, you could turn on your television and be like, there are at least 4 or 5 reasons to watch this team on a regular basis. And that is a huge step forward. Benny Montgomery will be up soon. He's destroying the minor. What's his name? No, Brady Montgomery.
Brady Montgomery. I'm like, Benny Montgomery, the
wrong.
former first-round pick by the Rockies?
There's too many lanky Montgomerys rolling around the minor leagues right now. But it's more reasons than you've had in a long time to be excited about your ball club.
I'll give you that, but I won't say anything more about the White Sox. They have a couple players that you can watch their at-bats.
I think this season they will not contend to be one of the worst teams of all time.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Better than some expected.
Yeah, they won 60 games.
I guess also the last team to mention just that is playing has a better record than expected. I just don't think sustains or the Rays. There's
no shot.
They're squeaking these games out.
They
They're bunting more than any team in baseball.
Yeah, well, that's Chandler Simpson right there. They play some brutal, hard baseball to watch.
And Ryan Pepio said his hip isn't stable, so that's a bad sign for what's going to happen the rest of the season. So we said not stable hip.
Oh, that's like not good news at all.
He just went to the 60-day IL.
At some point, Steven Matz and Nick Martinez have to be stopped. They can't keep getting away with this.
Matt's changeup looks nice. He's really got that pitch rolling right now against the righties, which is a good thing for him.
Let him get a trip to New York. Let his family from Long Island come in, and the season will go completely south.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. But this team is
not
at least
against them.
No, again, maybe they'll raise their way to a near 500 record, especially if the Blue Jays wind up kind of stinking and they cannot be the worst team in their division. But it's not a fun watch.
Last thing I'll say, the Dodgers might be better than we thought.
Dodgers are stupid. Dalton Rushing, you gotta be kidding me.
Dalton Rushing's probably the 5th best catcher in baseball, and he sits the bench on the Dodgers.
Freddie Freeman's on the paternity list. You don't even notice.
Because Dalton Rushing's playing first base, and he still has, after having 50 at-bats, he still has a 1,700 OPS. He's unbelievable.
Dalton Rushing is going to be a disaster for the Dodgers in fantasy baseball because it's going to just get some more load management for Freeman and Ohtani. There might be a trend that starts where Ohtani doesn't hit when he pitches. Yeah. I've been using Ohtani as a pitcher in the 1 weekly league I have him, which I never thought that would have happened. But I'm like, he's only playing 5 games a week and he's pitching the 1. I was like, I might get that arm in there.
Yeah, I mean, every single person in this lineup, I think, has an OPS plus above 100. And I think the only guy who doesn't is Alex Freeland, which, oh no, sorry.
I mean, Muncy, since he put the glasses on last year, is one of the best hitters in baseball.
So good.
Pages is possessed right now. It won't sustain at this rate because he's still just free swinging, getting by in a lot of not so great contact. But he's nasty in the outfield. He's gonna be an above average hitter. He's just a great converted major league player. They're awesome.
Yeah, if there was anything to get concerned about, I guess it's their 6th starter might have a 6 ERA.
No, there's something to get concerned about. It's the fact that Edwin Diaz looks like he might be broken, but I don't even think they care.
Yeah, because Tanner Scott's looked awesome. Alex Vesia looks awesome. Even at times, Will Klein's looked incredible again. He just has really good stuff. He might be their best right-handed arm out of the bullpen. It's a ridiculously good team.
No, it is. And also, shout out to Twins for hanging near 500. But let's see what happens. They have some easy games against the Mets this week, so I'm sure
they do have some easy games against the Mets.
Yeah, be fair, the Twins fans are around here.
All right, that's it. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to the Windup. Let us know down below if there's a team we didn't show love to. Let us know why we should have. Don't forget to listen to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google. Drop us a rating, drop us a review, download, and subscribe. You can follow James on social media at
James Shiano.
I'm Draft Nick Mark. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.